Hello, my crafty friends. Today I am sharing a little heart-shaped flip card, which is just absolutely adorable. Now, I did a video showing this. This is a die set from Studio Light, and I bought it, oh gosh, I can't even remember, last fall, I guess, from Ecstasy Crafts in Canada. I'd been looking for something else, and I noticed that they had the Studio Light line, which is kind of cool because not everybody carries it. And I did order a couple of fun fold dies at that time, and this is one of them. I do have another video I can link in my description box, and that's where I kind of introduced the die and made a Thanksgiving card. So I didn't want to talk about the die today. Today I wanted to actually talk about these little bees, which are adorable. I love hearts, and I love them for all different occasions, but you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, and while I made enough Valentine's Day cards last year that I don't really need any this year, I still wanted to make a couple, and then I can put them away for next year or send them to a friend. So this is Happy Valentine's Day with those adorable bees, and I thought that they went well with the bee pattern paper, which is by Doodlebug. And then when you open it, have a sweet day. So just something that I can send to a friend for Happy Mail this month. I'm not sure if you can tell, but there is a little bit of glitter. I used a Wink of Stella pen on the hearts and the wings here. And those two little bees were fussy cut from just a leftover scrap of the pattern paper. There's a banner punch, and I don't think I brought them over, but that little mirrored heart is from Cat Scrappiness, and I use them all the time. I've gone through one full bag. I'm down to half of a little bag that they come in, and I think I'm going to have to order more. I really want to use up a lot of what I have this year, and I say that every year, and I actually did do really good last year. I did not buy very much in relation to what I normally purchase for my crafting. Did buy a few things, was very careful in my choices, but I do think I'm going to need some more of those hearts. And that's not really something new, right? That's just replenishing a supply of something that I use all the time. The pattern paper is Doodlebug. I absolutely love it. I thought it was so cute. The rainbow holographic, I've shown that before as well. That is from Recollections, which is a Michaels brand. I was visiting Arizona last fall, so not 2023, 2022. And I found it on Amazon for a very decent price, and it saved me going to Michael's. So I did order it, and it was delivered to my door, and I've just become addicted to it. So price point is very reasonable, and that's what gives it all that shimmer and shine and pizzazz. Love it. The stitch circle is from an older retired stamp set. And the Happy Valentine's Day, let me find it here, is another set I've had for a couple of years. It's from Waffle Flower, the Sending Love. The mouse is adorable, but honestly, I have not yet even stamped it and used it. I do use the sayings, the mailbox, and there's the little love. Did I use that on this one? Yeah, up there, the postage love. The Have a Sweet Day, that's just on a scrap of white pearl cardstock, and it's Sweet Sentiments from MFT Stamps. The little swirly do with the heart, I love that. Another older set from Lawn Fawn, Be Mine. And I think when I go to send the card, I'll add the bee to the envelope. I think that's really cute. And then those bees, they're the Honeybees Paper Piercing by Honeybee Stamps. And I did them in pink to match the pattern paper, of course. But I wanted to show you how I did them. They are paper piercing. So when you cut the bee itself, so there's the different bees. They've got them like from below, from above, straight on, and going in each sideways direction. So very versatile. As you can see, I have them going in two different directions here. So when you die cut the bee body, you get this, which is just really cute. And then to get the yellow inside, that's where these kind of teardrop shapes come in. And you can die cut that out of yellow. And these ones I did out of 2 shades of pink. And then you just add some glue to the, glue to the back side of the body, and then glue that on, and you end up with your little bee, which is very sweet. But there's no wings. So I wasn't sure what to do with it. Normally, if you die cut it again out of white, you can take those white pieces and inlay them in. And then you've got your white wings, which is how I would like to do them. But you can only inlay if it's against something flat. And you can see I wanted mine to pop up on foam tape. So I have my little dish of treasures here. So I've got my little black bee here. And I've got a pink body that I can glue behind that. And then to get, oh, I also wanted to show you, I saved this little piece. This is a little fall away piece that comes out of there, and the idea is that's the bee eye. I'm not doing that. I'm not going there. You can place it in and then put your pen in and trace it. You could die cut it yellow out. Oh gosh, that's a whole lot of work to put a dot. So I just use a black marker. I have these Statler fine point markers, but flare, like any kind of even a black pen, and I just make a dot, and there's my eye. And I don't worry about them matching. I'm just not fussy about them. They're just a little bee eye. So I'm going to assemble this here, just add some glue quickly. I've got my glass yogurt jar with a wet paper towel inside. I'm using the art glitter glue, and I have the stainless steel pin in the top, and an elastic. I normally use a hairband or a hair elastic, but I didn't have one. And this is a nice brand new bottle of glue. My other one I had it for so many years, it was all cracking, and yeah, time for a new one. I think it was on sale when I got it at any point. So I'm just gonna add some little dots of glue here. And if you're new and you're not sure why I have a glass yogurt jar with a damp paper towel, the glue tip, because it's so fine, dries very quickly and then clogs. But with the damp paper towel, if you stick it in upside down, that stops the glue from drying. And it can stay there for hours without clogging or drying. And so you don't need to keep putting that pin in every time you stop to attach something to your card or work on something else. So there's my little bee body. My little pink bee body. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. And I'm just gonna add a little dot here. You can add a smile too if you want. I'm using a different camera setup, so I'm apologizing if I get off frame a little bit here. I will do my best to keep checking to see that I'm on frame, but I may have to readjust something. Maybe I can change my camera. Hang on. Yeah, let's see if that's a little better. So now I have my bee, but I want to get my wings and I want them out of the holographic. So you cut just that bee portion again out of the holographic cardstock, and then you get the fall-away pieces. And the fall-away pieces are what you would pop back in to that opening. And that's great if you're gluing flat, as I said, but if you want to pop it up, you need to glue these onto something. So my really quick fix is to cut another one of the bodies, and just out of scrap, I had white sitting on my stamping table. So I'm going to add this to the back, and the other ones that I did only had the 2 wings. This has got 3 little pieces, so you can see though that it does actually fit behind there and will give me something that I can adhere those holographic pieces to. And because I'm going to be popping it up with foam tape, you're not going to see the back anyhow. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here. This glue dries clear and it's not sticky if it gets on my fingers. Like the Tombow mono adhesive makes me insane with how sticky it is. So what I'm going to do is intentionally have it a little bit too big. So you can see how it's a little bit hanging over there. You can see the white, and it doesn't come all the way to the top of that wing, but that's okay. It'll be so glued down that it's not going to matter. And I'm just going to take a little pair of scissors and trim off whatever white is kind of sticking out. Maybe pull it back a little bit. I did such a good job with my gluing, it's stuck right down there. There, so it's not attractive from the back, but as I said, you're not going to really see it. So just a couple of little snips, and now I have my bee. And if I was doing just white wings, I would make sure that that was covered right at the top. But because we're going to glue and inlay, oh, and I should have bought my little wax tippy thing, but okay, we'll do a little bit of glue here and here. And I actually craft a lot with tweezers, and I didn't even bring those over. It's been a while since I've done videos, so I'm out of practice. I'm going to inlay that right into that little spot. And here's another one. This is where my little wax, I have one from Studio Katya. It's like a wand. It's got a pokey tool on the one side and a wax for picking up sequins on the other side. So I'm going to add that in there. And then this last little sliver can pop in. And I am going to clean up that glue, but you can see it's not sticky once. The residue doesn't remain, but it is a really nice strong glue. And there is my darling little bee. Isn't that cute? And it's freestanding. I can pop it up now. I generally use Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I'm not a demonstrator, but I have been using the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals rather for years. When they came out with and I always cut them in half. Sometimes I cut them in quarters. And then they came out with the smaller ones, and I usually still cut them in half. So you can see I've got a split here. But I think for this one, I'm going to just use a single one. And since I didn't bring my pokey tool, I'll pull it out here with my scissors. And you can see the top is already coming off. That's the one thing I really like about the dimensionals is they stick amazingly well, but you don't have to fight with the backing like you do with a lot of foam tape. And now my little bee is done. And I miss my tweezers, but I think I'm going to just pop him right here. Put him on an angle. And I'm looking at that eye, and I don't know that I like that eye. Maybe that one wasn't supposed to have an eye. Maybe this is an eye. I may have to, let's make him into a smile. Because I'm not liking that little black dot there. So let's make it into a smile. And hopefully I'll like that better. Yeah, I can live with that. I may have to touch it up a little bit when I can take my glasses off and get nice and close to it. But there's just a cute little Valentine that I can send to a friend. I guess they call them galentines. I'm not there yet. But yeah, cute little card. That's how I did my bees, so I could pop them up. And then I also wanted to show you before I put them away that I keep all these little bits and pieces. So with those bees, here's one that's pretty much done, ready to go in, and you can see the eye on that one is in a completely different spot. But I keep all of these in the packaging. You can put them in the back or put them inside the packaging itself. Little gold scraps of cardstock, I keep those because they will work really good for gold bodies or gold wings. I don't need to keep that. That's one of those little ones that have the eye in it. If I'm cutting a gold or a yellow body, I will often cut more than one at a time so that then I've got them ready to go in. White cardstock just sponged with yellow ink. This would be probably the Catherine Pooler Sauna ink. I absolutely love Sauna. That's one. I love Catherine Pooler inks, but the Sauna is one of my very favorite yellows. And then just some scraps of cardstock that I keep in with that packaging so I don't have to go hunting for a little scrap of cardstock if I want to make some more bees. And then, oh, there's this little piece. Now, you know, lots of people would throw that out, but it's lovely. But I can get another set of bee wings out of that. So into the package it will go as well. If you enjoyed my video, please hit that like button, subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.